Hey everyone! Today I've got your source code movie review, and I'm sorry that this is kind of late, but I just saw the movie and I just wanted to let you guys know what I thought about it. So basically this movie is about a guy who is played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and he goes on a train, but he's not actually there. See, he's in this program that is by the military or some government project called the source code, and he basically jumps into this guy's body for the last 8 minutes of his life, and he has to find a train bomber and try to figure out who that is and solve that whole mystery. And then he meets some unscrupulous characters like Michelle Monaghan, and each time he goes into the source code, something different happens each time. And I actually like that concept, so it kind of gives sort of a new point of view as to what is really going on. And first of all, I would like to discuss the acting, because there weren't too many big name actors in this movie except for Jake Gyllenhaal. We have Vera Farmiga, Jeffrey Wright, and Michelle Monaghan. So Jake Gyllenhaal's character, I really liked his acting in this movie. I thought it was very believable, and at times I was really thinking, okay, why didn't you just do this the first time? Like, this would have been so much easier. Or why didn't you talk to this person? So it was kind of nerve-wracking at times, because it's like you can't really feel motivated enough to do certain things or feel so immersed in this one character. And for his character, and of course he's this military guy, and he's into this program, and I really liked it. I mean, his acting, I know he's been in some pretty interesting things over the years, so it was really good to see him sort of step away from that and sort of go into this whole science fiction-y sort of action type movie. And also for Vera Farmiga's character, she's sort of the one that's behind the whole operation. She's talking to Jake's character and sort of telling him, okay, you should have done this, or we need you to do this thing right now. And I was kind of annoyed by her character, to tell you the truth, and I'm sorry if some of you might disagree with me, but she just, she was okay. I mean, she was sympathetic at times for him, closer to the end of the movie, and I'm not going to give away too many spoilers. I have some spoilers, so when I tell you when the spoilers are, and if you haven't seen this movie, don't watch any more of this video. So moving on to my next favorite actor of all time is Jeffrey Wright, and he's the guy who invented the source code program, and they were talking about all these scientific terms like quantum physics or mechanics or something. It was really crazy. And yeah, so he's not shown too much in the movie, only when they're trying to explain stuff that's going on, and I get really frustrated when I couldn't believe this thing was actually going on. And also someone that Jake met on the train, Michelle Monaghan, and I know she's been in some pretty interesting movies over the years as well, like Eagle Eye and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I was at times thinking, okay, what is up with this chick? Does he actually know her, or is it just is she just someone that he met on the train? And every single time he left her, I felt okay, she might be the bomber. I might have to go back and find this chick. But of course she was always being all nice to him, so I'm sort of thinking, oh no, she's not the bomber. She seemed at times really suspicious, and and especially there was this guy she was talking on the phone with. Maybe they're accomplices, and maybe he's the bomber, but I don't know. It was getting really tough, so it was really a mystery in itself. For the audience, everybody had to figure out, okay, who is this bomber? and who is going to blow up the train, and this whole conspiracy is going on. And while Jake is trying to search for the bomber and even the bomb itself, it just gets so intense, and every time he has to keep going after all the 8 minutes is up, because he only gets 8 minutes to be inside this person's body, and every time he goes in, he just keeps getting so frustrated, and I'm getting frustrated, like, come on, can't you just, like, hurry up? And, I mean, of course, I felt like this movie wasn't as fast-paced as I wanted it to be, because each time they were showing something different, and other times they just wouldn't show any of the scenes, because it would just be the same old thing, because it would just be way too repetitive. And, but yeah. And also, now, I'm going to talk about the spoilers, so if you haven't seen this movie, just leave. And then you can come back after you've seen this movie, and you can write whatever you want about this movie. So hopefully by now that you guys are here, you've seen the movie, so you will have seen the movie, and you know what I'm talking about. Alright, this is technically a minor spoiler, but it's kind of funny because, the bigger threat is in Chicago. It's like the train was just the first thing to go, but then now they're talking about Chicago getting all blown up, and of course that city's had lots of threats in the past, and I'm not talking about New York either. They should have done it in New York, that's more plausible, but hey. And also, the bomber, which I'm really surprised that it was just some regular guy named Derek Frost, and I did not first suspect that it was going to be him. I thought it was going to be Michelle Monaghan. I thought it was going to be that one dude that they were like talking about racial profiling. I'm like, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but he got off the train pretty fast. So that was kind of a cool little like deception thing that the director did. And also, Jake Gyllenhaal's real character is in just a glass box, and only half of his body was there. Wow, I was like, when I saw that, and I was like, are you serious? I couldn't believe it. Like, only half of his body was like from his torso, like, and you saw like nasty things, and just like his ribs, and just like bottom of that, like nothing was there, and then he had like half of his brain coming out, and he's like hooked up to all these like wires, and he might have been brain dead or something, or he was like in a coma, and they were just like hooking him up. I was like, well then, explain to me how his person is talking, unless it's sort of like mentally he's talking to the person. Because I also noticed in the movie, when Jake was talking to Vera Farmiga, and like the words that he was saying were like all like typed out, not on a screen, so maybe he wasn't actually, like, they weren't actually hearing each other's voices, but I don't know. It was really complicated and confusing. I was like, what the heck is going on? And so yeah, and also this movie is directed by Duncan Jones, who also did Moon. So if you like that movie, and this was sort of like a really big step up from that movie, which was also pretty interesting. And yeah, just a little fun fact. And so overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. The ending was kind of confusing to me. I didn't really know what was going on, but I think I got the gist of it, and what all the other characters were doing, and just like the whole purpose of the entire program, source code. So and all the characters that were involved in that. So yeah, just let me know in the comments what you guys thought about source code, and if you were also confused about the ending as well, let me know that. And if you think that Jake Gyllenhaal was good in this movie compared to his other roles that he's done in the past. Alright, and as always, subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews and movie updates, as well as come back every week for my Trailer Thursday videos. And you can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later. Bye.